Reality Recap.
Hi, Evelyn. Yes, I know you have the reunion. Yes, we have 2 more episodes. And then we have the reunion, of course.
I look like this slay. I look like a mom. She was like, you the one that look like you got a high body count hair. I fell the fuck out, y'all.
Candace, has Deborah reached out to you to apologize after the episode aired showing Chris did not flirt with her?
She wouldn't dare. She would get eaten for breakfast.
Oh boy.
No, she's doubling down.
Why would you go meet with Ray J without talking to Princess or letting her know why? Like, she's trying to justify that she told her after the fact and not supposed to make it.
What do you think of your ex-husband Jim coming out and saying you did not try to stop him from suing Shannon and Tamara?
That's a good question. Well, I mean, if his memory is a little foggy about what transpired back then, that's okay. However, he did admit that I had nothing to do with the...
Reality Recap. Reality Recap.
What's up, y'all? Happy Monday. It is your girl V with Reality Recap here for another live Tea Talk session. We are streaming live across Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. The chats are open. We have a lot to get into today, but before we do, let's take care of the business. Please make sure you like this video, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's coming across the screen, Reality Recap 2876. In case you missed part of this live or you want to go back and watch any of my other pre-recorded or live recap, they're all on my YouTube channel. So make sure you follow, just subscribe, like, share, hit those heart buttons, hit those thumbs up. Reality Recap 2876. The link is in my bio on Facebook and on YouTube. Oh, no, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok to get to my YouTube channel. Make sure you guys are following me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, reality_recap for all the trending reality news. And again, we are here for so much. We're going to talk a little RHOA, reunion conclusion. Finally, season 16 is a wrap. I'm so glad it is over. We're going to talk Love and Marriage Huntsville, episode 2 of the new season. We're going to talk a little Real Housewives of Miami, a little Real Housewives of Orange County. We're going to get into all the shows this past week. Have to be honest with you, none of these shows are thrilling me to the point that they all need an hour each. So I'm going to give you my thoughts on each of them. Again, you're welcome to give me your thoughts in the comments. We're going to talk a little RHOA news before we get into the episode of the season 16 reunion part 3, before we wrap that up and put a bow on it. So before the episode dropped yesterday, Ralph put out a single. I posted that for you guys. A lot of you thought it was hilarious. I even played a clip of the song. So he put out basically a single called Wishing You Well, where he seemingly, we all know he's taking shots at Drew. So some of the lyrics said, "You spread your lies, throw dirt on my name. It only made me stronger. It ain't nothing left to say. I can't get caught up in what you people say. One thing I won't do is play your silly games. After all I've been through, still got nothing but love for you. You can hide how you feel, but we both know the real, it is what it is." Okay? So yeah, he put out a single, didn't even know the man could sing. I'm not even going to say he can sing. He used auto-tune, but he put out this single just in time for the reunion where he was going to be on the episode. And we'll get into my thoughts on him being in the last part of the reunion. But y'all let me know. Y'all downloading Rouse? Are y'all downloading Rouse a single? Let me know. Also, before Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion part 3 last night, Shamia put out a YouTube video on her channel. I commented when she posted about it. I commented on Instagram and I told her that, it was a little bizarre, a little weird, some of the things that were being said. She came and commented and said, "Oh my God, what? My family was praying for me on there. Are you serious?" Some people said I was disrespectful, whatever. That's my thoughts. The live was weird. It was the weirdest thing ever. Shamia is not cut out for being a housewife. Sorry. That's how I feel. She's not cut out to be a housewife. She doesn't have it in her to go back and forth. She could throw shade and jokes and confessionals. I really feel like Shamia came on this show to promote her acting, singing career. She is not equipped to go back and forth with anyone, argue. She doesn't have it in her. And that's okay. Everybody's not built to be a cutthroat housewife. They're just not. But I'm going to play 2 pieces of this YouTube video that Shamia put up yesterday. And you let me know your thoughts, because she said that they weren't talking about Portia. No, they did not specifically say Portia's name, but it's so obvious to me. So I'm going to play the first part of this weird ass video where it first started, and she singing a Monica song where she made her own lyrics. All right. So let me put that up on the screen for you guys to see. And then y'all tell me your thoughts on this video. But it was weird to me. I don't know how else to put it. I'm gonna make myself even smaller so you can see. I'm gonna make this bigger, and we're gonna play right from where it started at right here. Let's get into it.
I want to take some time out to talk about reunion. Because apparently I didn't say all the shit that was brewing. Well, y'all, I really want to keep it cute, but the whole way through, see, these bitches just making me feel inside, angry through and through. As I sing this tune to you, I'm so freaking confused. I just want us to be honest for once, because the receipts don't allow you watch the show before my time. These bitches been known to lie, and that is why I don't take it personal. Bars! Oh, not a whole freestyle. Let me tell you, I just
Okay, so that was how we started this live, with her giving y'all bars about how she feels about the season. I thought this shit was weird. Then from here, she went into crying about how she was treated on this season, the lies, that everyone's coming for her on the internet, that she only brought up Drew's fake bag because Summer's Finest, thank you for checking and say she's going to sing everything. No, but she takes every chance she get to sing, because I told you I feel like she came on to promote her singing career and her acting. She felt like this was her shot. This was her chance to blow up. So that's why she came on this show. She didn't come on the show with the intentions to be arguing with people, going back and forth the internet, to be shading the hell out of her. But yeah, she sung this song. Then she started crying. She said that she only mentioned Drew's bag being fake because Drew asked her what she was lying about. Well, Judith Lieber came in the comments and said the bag wasn't fake. So hold that L, sis. She then talked about, she seems to think that we don't know what a dowry is, like a dowry. Like we don't all watch 90 Day Fiance. We know what a dowry is. But she wanted to make it clear that Portia was not telling the truth, that Portia did not attend her weddings, that Portia attended her dowry. So she didn't consider that a wedding. So it's semantics. Portia is saying she supported you. She showed up for you. She just didn't go to your wedding overseas. She's saying not true. She only came to the dowry. Semantics. I don't know what else to tell you, but she cried a whole lot. She talked about how her day-to-day life and how many appointments her daughter has and her illnesses and all the specialists that she has to see. But then I'm going to fast forward it. She had her mom and her sister come on. Her mom and sister did not mention Portia's name, but to me, it was very obvious who she was talking about. Her cousin compared Portia or women onto the show to a man's foreskin. Yes, when y'all know when a young man is born, he has foreskin that is cut away. She made a metaphor to foreskin. It was the weirdest thing I had ever seen, to be crying and having them come on there and talk about foreskin. It was just weird to me. And then she ended with the apology that you guys probably seen all across your timeline and also in my stories, where she then cried again and apologized to every single castmate one by one. But I'm going to play just a small snippet of what her mom and sister had to say. Mom and cousin had to say. That was at 25 minutes into it. I'm just going to, so y'all could hear what they said, which was weird to me. And let me know if you feel like she's talking about Portia or any other ladies on the show. Here you go.
Okay, and you're not a dog, okay? So at the end of the day, that was a stupid statement. And we looked over it because ignorance don't care whose mouth it come out of. And that statement was very ignorant because the person that made that statement knows your entire family. Okay. The person that made that statement, that was just a jealous statement to throw out there to make somebody mad. But you know what? Ain't nobody mad about that statement but the devil.
Absolutely.
Because when you know that you know that you know how you reared your child, you don't have to worry about what people say, what the outside show to the world want to do. And for as I can see, and the outside looking in, that's nothing but ignorance.
There are times in our lives that we must cut away. We must circumcise things that are not good. It's almost like a man going through that change with his genitals. You have to cut away that foreskin, that skin that is not good, it's infectious. And you have to say, this is not good for me.
Mhm.
And it's a spiritual thing. It's more so spiritual than physical. Cutting away those things in our lives that is not good for us to maintain our statute. And this is your season to cut away those things that are not good for you. Circumcision is not easy. It's painful. Think of that man. It's painful. It hurts. But it's all for the good. It's going to make you even stronger. I continue to tell you, this is your season.
It is.
So yeah. So after I watched this, I watched it in its entirety. I went to Shamia's post and I said, "Yo, your cousin comparing Portia to foreskin was wild to me." and, and yeah, she came in and she said, "What? They were praying for me? I get it. I get it. They were praying for you. I get all of that. Whatever." It was weird to me. It was very bizarre. The whole live was very bizarre for her to go from calling the girls bitches to then crying about the back and forth online with Portia, crying about the fake bag back and forth with Drew, then having her mom come on and subliminally talk about how she's not a dog. And she talked about Portia's mom being the one that says she's the dog that carries the bone and she's no dog, to her cousin then talking about cutting away negative things in your life like foreskin, then her then coming back and doing an individual apology to each person, saying she apologized if she offended anybody, and crying. Girl, what? That's not what housewives do. I'm sorry. If you're a housewife and they stand 10 toes down, they're going to argue, they're going to make their point, and they're not going to go back and do weird videos like this. I just don't think Shamia's cut out for it. That's it. That's all. Those are my thoughts. She came on this show to promote her music, to promote her acting triple threat career, and she had no idea that she was going to have to basically fight for her life in the comments. She even said it at the end of this video. She said that yes, exactly, Summer's Finest. I said what I said. At the end of the video, it was a clip of her finishing up the reunion, her saying that she didn't feel prepared for the reunion. She wasn't able to get a word in edgewise. She didn't have her receipts. She didn't have her notes. Y'all know what housewives, they come with their receipts, their notes, all of those things. She didn't have none of that. So if you want to watch her video in its entirety, it's on her YouTube channel. I personally thought it was weird. You guys, let me know your thoughts on it when you watch it, or just from the clips that I played, what you thought. But yeah, I just had to share that with y'all. Now, let's get into the actual conclusion. The only highlight for me of the part 3 of the reunion, again, I do feel like this could have been a 2-part reunion. It didn't have to be 3 parts. The last part, the most hilarious part to me, was Charles Oakley. Charles came out and gathered the girls and gagged the girls. He asked them, "Where y'all husbands at?" I don't see none of them. Where they be at? I don't see them. Andy shaded Shamia a bit, like, so your husband's not here today? And she said, well, he's home babysitting with the kids. He like, he couldn't get a babysitter. Well, this really ain't his thing. Yeah. So that's another downside, right? That her husband won't film with her. So here we are. I don't like that. I don't. I've never liked when a husband doesn't film, support, be there for his wife. Charles, although he takes every chance he gets to embarrass Angela, he was there. We found out that he's dated Sheree in the past, and it wasn't just a casual dating. And you could tell Andy even thought that too. Like, oh, y'all just dated for a little hot minute. He was like, nah, we dated for like 2 years. Took her to Dubai, took her to here, there. We was jet setting. I said, holy shit, we need the bone collector back. We need to see some friction between Angela and Sheree. I would love to see that. But he also talked about the whole Wendy Williams situation. He's saying he doesn't have a side baby. I just want someone to ask Angela, when she showed the picture of her family, who were the small children in the picture? There was a small young man. A young boy in the picture. She's saying that Charles Jr. is a grown man. So who was the little boy in the picture? That would probably clear things up for us. But he's saying that Wendy Williams took what Angela said to her and spent it when she was talking about her first child's father. Okay. He also mentioned how Wendy Williams asked him to go out or have come over and have wine, and Angela was saying, so you would have went on a date with her? He was like, I would have had wine. She was like, so you saying you would have went on a date with her? Call it what you want. Like it was just, he takes every chance he can to embarrass Angela per usual. It was hilarious. He asking everybody else where their husbands is. He's saying that people saying that they know him, but they don't know him. Just because you meet him or he greets you or you're in the same space with him doesn't mean you know him. So he called Shamia out, saying like, you said you know me because you was at a wedding that I was at. No, we was just at the same wedding. You didn't meet me. I wasn't introduced to you. Stuff like that makes me uncomfortable, because again, it's like, damn, where's your husband at to have your back in this when this man is trying to tear you a new one, basically. Then also he asked Phaedra. He said, Phaedra, I'm hearing you said you met me. Oh no, you haven't met me. I have never met you before. And Phaedra made it very clear, like, I've been around you several times while you were dating Cherie, and that's how we got into it. So that was the most interesting part of this 3-part reunion, this dreadful reunion to me. It was hilarious. It was funny to have Charles up there. I mean, it was funny from the outside looking in, but if I was Angela, that shit would not be funny to me. The way that he, and he made it clear, like, he's not that person that's just going to be all over her because the cameras are there, because that's not how he is in real life. And trust me, Charles, we can see that. we have no doubt we can see that. Tori said, didn't she say he was going to be in the show but wasn't? Are you talking about Shamia? I mean, the only thing her husband was in was on FaceTime. And Latoya said, that's how you know that's a lie. Angela left her first child father, so why would she tell Wendy to stay when it's only a baby? It's weird, right? Yeah, it's very weird. I don't necessarily believe that he doesn't have a side baby. I just don't. It hasn't fully been uncovered to me, but it makes absolutely no sense. Also in the reunion, we have Ralph. I told you guys Ralph dropped his single yesterday. He's a singer now. He dropped his single, Wishing You Well, taking shots at Drew. But then he comes on. It was funny because they talked about the whole text message. And do I think that Drew was trying to give booty for beats? I already told y'all no. I felt like it was a business arrangement as far as the music, and that was it to me. And they had Portia's child's father, Dennis, was on there as well. And Ralph is saying that, well, Drew told him too that Dennis was trying to talk to him, yet Dennis is telling Portia allegedly that Drew was trying to holler at him or offer him booty for studio time. And she said, Ralph, you're not going to get up here and lie. You're going to come up here and tell the truth. You came up here with your white suit and your Beijing hair dye. I screamed, yo. I said, And that's why I like Drew, because she's witty, smart, comebacks, and I love her wittiness. I really do. Um, I feel like Ralph tried to wave the white flag in this reunion. He really wanted to win the audience over. So he said, listen, I love you. I just want to raise my kids and be the best that I can for them. He really avoided um him having a woman in the basement. He said the woman was over there just for workouts in the backyard. She wasn't down in the basement. He said that he's a trainer. I didn't see that on his LinkedIn, but he said he's a trainer. Um, I don't mind Ralph. I don't mind Ralph at all. I told you guys it's a little net, but I told you guys that I don't feel like he's just trying to take Drew for everything that she's got. We've talked about this a million times. We've looked at the divorce paperwork with attorney Simone Redwine. I don't think that Ralph is the bad guy that Drew is painting him out to be. It's a divorce. It's getting nasty. It's a he said, she said. But do I just take everything that Drew's saying at face value? Absolutely not. But I like the both of them on the show. I do. Um, Dennis was there as well. He really was, you know, just there, in my opinion. Portia and Drew seemingly having conversation and dialogue that they should have been had, but saying like, oh well, Dennis told me that you were okay with us working together. Portia saying, nope, he ain't say nothing to me. So this is the dialogue I wish they would have had at the beginning of the season instead of beefing. But Portia needed that for a storyline, because her storyline of a fairy tale wedding and husband and life didn't come to fruition when she got on this show. So I just wish they would have had that conversation towards the beginning. Portia and Drew are now following each other again. So I hope to them be a duo. I love Drew and Portia as a duo with their smart mouths, their funny, witty comebacks for these girls, not taking shit too seriously. I really hope that they have resolved their issues and move forward and not let Dennis come in between them, because Dennis, in my opinion, we all know he wants Portia back. He even said it, she's back on the market. So him trying to make Portia jealous in this, I could see that. I really could. Someone's trying to say, Simon says you don't have a storyline. Literally, Simon says. So yeah, I don't know what we'll see from Portia in the next season. We do know everyone's returning except for Brittany. Kenya took to Instagram this weekend saying and confirming that she will not be back for season 17. I know some of us was hoping that she would be back now that Brittany was not there, or because the pictures that she put up weren't actually Brittany. I told you guys I didn't think that was going to be the case. I think they were going to hold it against her, that her intentions were to exploit these pictures, whether it really was Brittany or not. So Kenya will not be back. But Kenya said that there will be 2 new housewives added. She said a restaurateur and a former Love and Hip Hop castmate. So a lot of people on the internet have said that they think that it's going to be the owner of Slutty Vegan. I forget her name. Is it Pinky or something? Slutty, let me look at that real quick. But the Slutty Vegan CEO, that's who they think is the restaurateur that is going to be. Pinky Cole is her name. So that's who the streets are alleging is the restaurateur that Kenya mentioned that will be added. A lot of you think that K Michelle is going to be the former Love and Hip Hop castmate that comes onto the show. I don't know if I believe that. I mean, no, K Michelle is not a wife and never has been. But hey, it's not like we haven't had all these other people that never been married or in a marriage at this time. So that's a possibility. I just think that when I look at K Michelle day to day, she's very engulfed in her country music. Hey, maybe that's a way for her to come back and promote her country music, but she's doing a lot of show dates, touring. I don't see her having the time to film Real Housewives of Atlanta. But hey, Candy made it work, so maybe she could. The other person that a few, keeping my ear to the streets, a few other people were saying that it's Mimi Foss that would be coming to the show. Now, in my opinion, that made more sense to me because we know that Mimi had the whole blow up online where she broke up with Ty, and she insinuated that her breakup with Ty was due to the relationship with Drew. So I think that it's Mimi Foss. I don't know either way at this time, still investigating it. These are all alleged assumptions of who is going to be joining the cast. But I'm actually hoping that it's Mimi, who never really spoke on or addressed what she posted on the internet about Ty and alleging that there was some type of situation happening with Drew Sidora. So that's who I think it is. I just don't think it's K Michelle. It could be, again, it could be, but I'm thinking it might be Mimi Foss. That's my prediction. Toria said no, they have to be married or getting divorced. It's slim pickings, Toria, on Love and Hip Hop, who's actually been married. So unless it's Bambi, I don't know who else from Love and Hip Hop has actually been married, a wife, an ex-wife, other than Bambi. To be honest, none of them on Love and Hip Hop, they rarely get married, as we know. So I don't see it being someone that actually was a housewife, is an ex-wife at all. If it's coming from someone actually coming from Love and Hip Hop. You said, what about Brooke and Marcus? Who you talking about? Oh, you think it's Brooke from Love and Hip Hop? Well, Brooke and Marcus were from California, and they was playing like they lived in Miami or was there for music projects so they could be on that cast. And so now if they don't truck their daughter from California to Miami to Atlanta, I don't know. But I don't think I don't know how they would weave her into the show. I don't know of any of them actually being friends with her, but hey, they do it all the time. They make up a fake friendship to bring someone into the show. I don't know how they would weave Brooke and Marcus into it. I really think it's Mimi Foss. We've had numerous housewives that aren't really housewives. We have numerous basketball wives that never been basketball wives, so it's not uncommon. I vote Mimi Foss, but the streets are saying it could be her or K Michelle. Yeah, Hollywood, Miami, Atlanta. We'll see. We shall see. I'll keep you posted when there's more information. Filming for the next season of Real Housewives of Atlanta will start in January. So I'm sure boots on the ground, my Atlanta folks, boots on the ground. If you see them out filming, if you see the cameramen, y'all take pictures. Let me know who you see out there. That will tell us everything we need to know about the upcoming season, as always. So I will definitely keep you posted. What else do we have to talk about tonight? Let's talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville really quickly. Love and Marriage Huntsville, Saturday's episode 2 of season 10. I'm annoyed. So first of all, we know that Martell he said in the first episode that him and Ariane are in a couple, they're in a relationship. I posted for you guys that Ariane put up a picture saying "my man" right before the season premiere. And he said that he's investing in Ariane being a nurse, and that's what his plan is, to invest in her because she's no longer a peasant in his eyes. He just said that to try to please Mel at the time, but she's not really a peasant. She's a good girl with all the qualities of basically doing whatever he wants her to do and being able to easily be manipulated. But that she cooks, she cleans, she listens, she takes care of him. He doesn't mention anything about him reciprocating any of that. But now he's deciding to move in Ariane and their child. They're going to move in together. Woohoo! I just feel like, Martell, if you're going to bring Ariane on the show, just say that, bruh. Like I feel like he's trying to ease into it and keep talking about her every episode so far. So if she's coming on the show, just say that. If Carlos King is gonna bring her on the show, cool. Just do that. So the rest of the world can see the toxic energy that I saw in that interview you did with that strange woman talking about some she slept with Marcel. I just want them to go ahead and bring their relationship forward so it could be on display for everybody to pick apart. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. It's like, if that's what you doing, Martell, go ahead, bring her. Mel ain't there. It is what it is. She don't talk to nobody from that cast at all. She's moved on. She's doing her Seventh Ave beauty stuff. She don't really care about this show. So if you bringing her on, bruh, just do that. What really pissed me off about Love and Marriage Huntsville, and while I say, none of these shows that are on right now really give me the vibe that I need to sit here and give them all an hour each, Trish and Ken are getting on my nerves, and it's only episode 2 with this Marquez stuff. So first of all, when Trish gave her recap of Marquez in the first episode, because Marquez came over and she says he came in, he barged in. That's what she said. Not the case. He walked in with his daughter, who opened the door. He was dropping his daughter off. She's making like he barged in, like he was aggressive and rude to her friend, when really her friend overstepped her boundaries, the woman Sharon, and she, in my opinion, overstepped her boundaries and was rude and aggressive with him when he was just asking, like, do I know you? You have questions for me, but I never met you before. And in this episode, he even apologized to her, but we'll get to that. But my issue is Trish saying that he barged in. They're doing their best to paint Marquez as this deadbeat dad when he's moved back to Huntsville. He doesn't have to go through Trish to have a relationship with his children. They're teenagers. They're almost 18 or so. They have cell phones. So for her to make like she got their location, she know everywhere they go and all the addresses, I just feel like that's straight bullshit. And I agree with what Toria said. She even said like she feels like Marquez was probably coming over, all was well, but as soon as the cameras pick up, it's an issue that he came over. So the whole barging in, her recap and how she tried to paint Marquez in Ken's eyes is crazy to me. I also feel like in the first episode, right, when Ken met with Marquez, he told him that you can stop by. Don't ever feel like you can't stop by or what we got going on, or say, hey, I'm coming to get my kids. You can do that whenever you feel like it. So you open the door, offered that level of, I guess, comfortability with him. And then as soon as she runs back and tell you he barged in, y'all ready to jump down Marquez's throat. I'm really team Marquez here. And even when he came over for them to have a conversation with Ken telling this man that these your kids, but they my family. You're not married to Trish yet. She don't even want to marry you. So for you to tell a father of his 2 kids that that's your family, I would have smacked your ass right then and there. So they are annoying me. They're annoying me. That's it. That's all. They're annoying me. And I don't like how they're trying to paint him out to be this deadbeat. I just don't buy that. And Ken talking about he just came off the road when they sat down. Came off the road from where? The streets say you're pedaling. Get it? And I just, what do you do for a living? Let's talk about that. So yeah, Ken, Trish, don't have a storyline if it ain't for Marquez. So you're not going to try to paint him to be this bad person. Again, when he came over for the conversation, he was apologetic. He said, if I overstep my bounds, he said, my daughter had 3 bags and she had sodas in her hand. She opened the door and I'm going to help her in the house. That's what it was. He said that if I overstep going forward, I will call, I will knock. I won't do that anymore. He apologized to Sharon. He's saying that the court told him that on the divorce paper that the children weren't listed, so he didn't go forward with it. You waving a paper in his face doesn't say that that's not what the court said to him. Yes, the children are listed. Cool. Let's call the courthouse and figure it out. So that whole tussle and Ken blowing up and wanting to get in his face and kick him out the house, like, it's a pissing contest that he wants to have to prove his love for Trissa while she sit back so happy that this is happening. And on camera calling her ex-husband a hot dog. He ain't even your ex-husband. He's your estranged husband. You're calling him a hot dog. Well, bitch, you the bun, because he was your hot dog before you got with Ken. So y'all can tell I'm highly annoyed with these shows. I just can't wait for Life After Lockup to come back at this point. I need some good, fun, hilarious shit because these people are really annoying me. Also on this episode, Marceau showed us Scott Manor. It's given Nene never land. It's never ever land at this point. Yes, he has a foundation and some beams up. Cool. I'm not hating. I want to see it finished because he's been trying to finish projects and properties on this show since day one. So would I love for him to finish Scott Manor? Yes, I would love to see a Black family up on the hill in a huge mansion like that. But the way Kimmy is subliminally talking about how he ain't finishing her project, how they're waiting, they're still in this crammed small house, been waiting to get in here for old two seasons now. I wouldn't blink my eye and look for it to be done. But way more than I got. Would love to see it finished. I just don't have high hopes for it being done by the end of this season and next season. I don't. Exactly, Toria. Why was Sharon there? I don't even know why she was there for the second conversation. This don't got nothing to do with her. Everybody's overstepping their bounds. The children have nothing to do with Ken. You the boyfriend, you there, you stepping up, cool. But they are not your children. As much as you trying to make them to be yours, she still ain't married to you. Y'all ain't even discussing marriage. Y'all busy worried about Marquez walking in the door. And I don't even feel like, quiet as it kept, I don't even feel like Ken and Trisha are together in current state. She's removed all pictures from him for her page. I don't know if any of y'all follow Ken. Tell me if he posts her on there because I told you I have him blocked. But she removed him for the page. She put up some subliminal posts, while they were filming this season, and they haven't been spotted together since. She's lost a whole bunch of weight. She's out in Miami playing like she's, hot girl summering it up. So I don't even feel like they together right now. But y'all tell me, if y'all follow Ken, y'all tell me what y'all see on his page. So we going through all of this for really nothing, if you ask me. But am I watching the season? Absolutely. We'll see what else happens. I know, we're going to get more into Destiny and Lance and him having a side baby. So what? It ain't really a side baby. You wasn't in a relationship. You didn't want to, you was moving slow with him. Y'all was just kicking and cacking and y'all wasn't in a relationship. So if he had a baby, it is what it is. I don't know what to tell you. They annoying. All of these shows are annoying to me. Tisha said, I was glad Marquez was like, you don't get no cool points for doing what you do. Exactly. Yeah. Ain't nobody asked you to do it. You living in the house, you should do something. Ken keeps saying what all he do as if he don't supposed to. And then he keep on, Tori, he keep on speaking for the children and saying what they're traumatized by and what they not. Like he know them. Like, I'm the one at the basketball game and the football game. You should be. You gonna be at the dance recital tomorrow? Marquez said, yeah. Like I've moved back. I'm in their lives. I'm having conversations with them. I'm picking them up. So yeah. I'm not gonna ever, they want to paint him to be this bad guy or this bad father, and he's trying. And I'm not gonna beat him up for that. I'm Team Marquez. Someone's fine that says, sounds like she was the side chick, if you ask me. Who was the side chick? Destiny? Basically. She was never Lance's girlfriend. So if he had a baby, he had a baby. Oh well. So what? And you, in my opinion, hoeing around because she's also in this season going on dates with Miss Nell Godson. So you just dating all her family. I ain't even gonna call her a hoe, but come on. Lance know him. So do you really like him or are you trying to get back at Lance? It's childish games. Childish games. Toria said Destiny is always a side piece. Say that. Somebody else said, what's wrong with Destiny? Somebody in my comments said, why Destiny's men always leaving her? Let's ask Lance. Trash box. I'm only playing, y'all. I don't know. The box, if the box is trash or not. I don't know. But hey. What else should we talk about? Okay. We also have to talk about Real Housewives of Miami. I'll put that up on the screen real quick. That's another show that is getting on my nerves, is Real Housewives of Miami. It's no stranger. I mean, it's no strange idea that I told you guys, like, I don't like how they're treating Gertie this season. Yes, does Gertie overtalk them sometimes and don't let you get a word in edgewise? Absolutely. But I feel like the girls have had conversations before the season of how they're going to ice her out, not want to film with her. Julia is trying to be a part of that cool crew and be nice with Alexia and with Marisol and them. So she has this beef. Now, what I did notice, especially on Facebook, is, in this past episode, Gertie had a cancer event. She said that she was not raising money at the event. It was just an event to raise awareness. She chose this event to put up text messages of Julia and the whole cruise, and how she was asked to come on the cruise, how she didn't beg to be on the cruise or was looking to be at the table on the cruise so she could get photo ops to gain popularity. Gertie already popular. So she chose this. But I noticed in my comments a lot of white women, if I'm just being honest, saying how Gertie's so trash, she's tacky, that was horrible for her to do. But nobody had that same energy when Julia threw water in Gertie's face at a wedding reception. I'm disappointed. And I actually did like Alexia and Marisol. Thought they were a dope duo, loved their friendship. But I did not. All of them failed Gertie at that table by not speaking up. Nobody got up and walked out of Marisol's wedding reception when she threw water in her face. Nobody said, hey, that's not right. You shouldn't have did that. Nobody spoke up. I do see Alexis now in a recent interview where she's saying, yeah, we should have did more. We should have said more. Probably because the viewers are ripping them a new one for not saying anything. But I just find it really strange that there's such this huge reaction to Gertie putting those text messages up on the screen, but there was no one had nothing to say when this woman poured water in her face. It makes me uncomfortable that we went from Julia saying she's not going to show her children to now exploiting these two young Black boys on the show as part of her storyline that she adopted. It makes me uncomfortable. I can't really tell you why, but when they came up on the screen and I realized she had adopted two young Black boys, it made me uncomfortable. I will think about it more and probably give you more detail why, but I felt like she was exploiting them for part of her storyline, and I didn't like it. I didn't. So Toria said a few things. Toria said, all the white women with this double standard, Julia can throw water, then try to embarrass her at the narcissist party and try to lie, manipulate the ladies. Exactly, Tori, because I actually commented back to some of the women on the post and I was saying, cool. You think that what she did was tacky? Cool. But do you also feel that what Julia did throwing that water was not right? And one of the women responded back to me saying like, she overlooked the fact that Julia was at that narcissist party taking that opportunity after they were supposed to move forward. Oh yeah, that's what she was saying. She was like, yeah, she threw water on her, but they moved past that. They had squashed that. That had been dead. And I'm saying, yeah, it was. But then Julia also got to the narcissist party in front of everybody saying how have someone does you so wrong, so bad, and you can't get past it. How do you get past it? Throwing subliminal shots. I think Martine is very evil this season and how she's treating Gertie. And I just can't get past also how we're seeing Gertie pick up the pieces of her life after breast cancer and no one's asking her, how's that going? Can I be of support to you? We see her going to therapy, going to get her breast reconstructed and trying to go through extra surgeries because she's not confident. She's gained a little weight, although she still looks better than all of them hags. But I just felt like we're not showing any grace. Same with Lisa. No one's showing her grace. She had a strained relationship with her father. She's trying to rebuild that, and then he dies. And y'all want to throw red flags in her face, talking about how she's all about herself and da da da. Like, these hoes wouldn't know a good friend if it smacked them in the face. Larsa continues to get on my nerves and throw out how no one's a good friend. She's a better friend. No, you're not. You're not compassionate. You cut deep or you try to cut deep and be real nasty. You go low whenever you have an argument with somebody, even if they were close to you. When you get upset, you cut real deep and get nasty and throw low blows. That ain't no good friend. Is she for real? I'm telling y'all, I feel like I'm on a rant today, but these shows are annoying the out of me. Sorry to rant, but this is how I'm feeling right now. I can't wait till Felon Friday. I cannot wait till Life After Lockup comes. I need to laugh. I need to see foolishness because yeah, they all are getting on my last nerve. My last show that I will talk about, so in case you don't know about Miami, let me make it clear. Team Gertie, Team Lisa. I like them. Is Lisa always late and about herself? Of course she is. That's who she is, and I like her for that. She ain't showing up as nobody else. Last show we'll talk about is Real Housewives of Orange County. Let me put them on the screen. Orange County right now is just okay. It's okay. I question people who are Katie stans. I do. Do I believe that Katie only recorded Shannon's meltdown at their photo shoot and played it for her husband? Absolutely not. Do I believe that she played it for Alexis? I do. When Heather said she talked to Alexis and Alexis said, listen, she played it for me. And what's the blonde bimbo name that's marrying Ryan? What's her name? Is it Jennifer? I don't even know. Do I believe she was there when it got played? Yes. And now she's trying to play dumb. I feel like I don't like when people try to eliminate others from events. I don't like that Tamara's saying, if Jen's coming with Ryan, I'm not coming. I don't like how Jen is saying, well, if Tamara's coming, you're choosing her. All you motherfuckers signed a contract, okay? And know that you were going to be filming with these people. So suck it up, Buttercup. Everybody's going to be there. If you don't want to talk to them, then don't talk to them. So I also, every other episode is another blogger of Katie having these conversations. We talked about the blogger, the podcaster with the nanny. We talked about the Bravo babe and her who called who first, which I already told you how to feel. The Bravo babe went into hiding, in my opinion, for no reason, because the next episode she admitted to calling her first. Semantics. I wouldn't have backed off my page and my social medias for that. Now we're talking about another blogger that I follow, Kiki, and that Katie's trying to have Kiki put stories out. Like, this can't be the theme of the entire season, that we all housewives talk to bloggers. I ain't gonna say all, but majority do. Majority want the bloggers on their side. They want them to paint the other housewives out to be bad people. If they're beefing with them, they want to dig up things on them. That's not new news. So I hope the entire season is not based around these different bloggers that Katie reached out to. She ain't the only one. She ain't the first. She ain't going to be the last. So Shannon saying she's never going to talk to Katie again. That's not realistic. You're filming a show. But was that dirty of her to be recording her and playing it for Alexis when she was in arbitration with Johnny J? And he had recordings of her and could have used that, saying, look how she acts. She gets drunk and this is what she does. She's combative, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that wasn't cool of her. So they're going to have to navigate that and figure it out. Heather throwing a birthday party for herself 2 months later. That's rich bitch activities. Is it weird? Absolutely. It was giving, I wanted to film my birthday party, so I waited to have it, but that's rich bitch energy. The party was over the top. I would have loved to have been invited. Someone's fine to say, I hope Katie reach out to you. I ain't even going to answer her. Because first of all, when it comes to these bloggers, if we're going to keep it 100, whether I know them, like them or not, if somebody reaches out to you, I'm never telling that. I'm never going to, just like in the whole Real Housewives of New Jersey, where they all of a sudden the bloggers want to have a conscience and say, oh, she paid me. She gave me a stroller for my kids so I could put out these stories. If they paying me, I ain't saying nothing. Run me my money. I'm never going to say or come out or go tell another housewife that this housewife reached out to me. I just ain't doing it. I'm not. Whatever housewives say to me is confidential, especially if you paying me. So that's weird in itself. Like, why are you running and saying like, oh yeah, she DM'd me. We talked about this. I'm not doing that. Mm-mm. Yeah, like if I have to divulge something they said to me, I'm gonna say it's anonymous or it's from an anonymous but credible source. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm never gonna do that. Because there are people that reach out to me from different shows, but I'm never going to talk about that. I'm going to just tell y'all, anonymous source, here's the information. But I'm not going to then go run to another castmate and say, such and such reached out to me to put out a story about you or that person because they want you to look bad. I'm going to just put the story out if they paying me. But no, I'll tell y'all that nobody's paying me to do nothing. I just report the news, y'all. I just tell y'all what's out there so you know. Yeah. Right. Has to be some type of confidentiality. So I hope that's not all the season of OC is about. You know, Jen gonna find herself in trouble if she keep talking about her ex-husband on here, talking about he made the other son sign the fast for loan. Hey, brown skin, how are you? Thank you for checking in. She gonna find herself in trouble. She keep trying to paint him out to be the bad guy, making like he made this one son sign up for the loan for the other son to go to college. Why didn't you want to do that? Why didn't you want to help? I mean, I get it. It's 75,000 a year for the son to go to UCLA or whatever, but you are his mom. You should have figured it out. Ryan wants to marry into it. He balling. He's still going to Vegas. So what we doing? And I don't care what you say. I think Ryan's a snitch. Ryan told on his friend so that he wouldn't get in trouble. No, I ain't saying that's true allegedly, but that's what I think. I think Ryan got himself a deal so he wouldn't get in trouble. So I side eye Ryan, but the girl want to marry him. She grown. She want to marry him in a white bikini. Cool. Do what you do. We'll be here to watch it unfold. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Toria. Like, I know he's Sue happy, so allegedly, but that's what I think. There's no way you were traveling, that money got put into your account, you going back and forth to Vegas with him, and you went in for questioning and you come out clean. You ain't have to go to court. They ain't come raid your house, nothing. Stop it. We know what time it is. We know what time it is. So, but yeah, y'all, those are my thoughts. We've talked about Love and Marriage Huntsville, Real Housewives of Atlanta, Real Housewives of Miami, Real Housewives of OC. If any of these shows become more interesting that they need a 1 hour podcast a piece, we'll do that. But for now, it's summertime. I'm giving y'all my thoughts because these people are on my nerves. I know who will get an hour. Life After Lockup will get their own hour. So that will be back this Friday. We will be recapping that on Saturday. We are back. So back. Can't wait. They deserve their own hour of foolishness. So we'll be back on Saturday recapping that. Set your alerts. Make sure you like, share this video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Reality Recap 2876. The link is in my bio on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. And follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, reality_recap for all the reality news. All right. So I will be back later this week. I got to figure it out. Kids got a birthday party in the middle of the week for no damn reason to go to. But I'll be back to recap Love and Hip Hop and Basketball Wives, which is the season finale tonight. And I'll tell you, that's the other show I want to just tell you quickly my thoughts. Not a lot going on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta right now. We're watching what we already know to unfold with Carly Red. Some of you were asking, what is she going in to be arrested for? She was arrested and charged with first-degree burglary with her estranged husband, Tilo. They had their domestic dispute. He was locked up. She went back into the home allegedly, and she was arrested for breaking in to get her things. So that's what she's going, where she did at the end of the episode, where she was going in to turn herself in. That's what it's for. I saw some of you were asking. We haven't seen the realtor chick that real Scrappy is dating since the episode where he was out with her in his music video, and then Shakira was smacking her poom poom after he slept with her and then left. So, but I do see they're in Puerto Rico together right now. So maybe she's not fazed by the fact that he was still sleeping with his baby mother. There's some new players on Love and Hip Hop as well. Erica Banks is beefing with one of them as if her music is so great. She got a few bops, but her to be denying people of collaborations, girl. Like Jock says, she needs to eat some humble pie. And Yandy's still delusional. We didn't get into it yet with the voice notes from Mandices and him out here acting single. That will come up, but she's still telling y'all, dry your eyes. It was me. So more to come. Rashida is seemingly finally getting along with Kirkside baby mama and let her spend a night out in the Bahamas on the other side of the house or something like that. It's all foolishness. So Spice saying they paint her out to be the bad guy because you are. I don't like Spice, y'all. I don't like. I ain't gonna say I don't like her music or her and an artist, but her on this show is getting tiring. I don't understand why Jessica White's on this show. None of it's making sense. Everybody in their shows are all big disappointments to me right now. But I'm watching. I'm watching. So yeah, Basketball Wives season finale tonight. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta tomorrow. We'll be back probably Wednesday or Thursday to recap. And then we'll be back again Saturday to recap Life After Lockup. So yes, those are my thoughts, guys. I appreciate you all hanging out with me and commenting. You are appreciated as always. Again, like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me. And like I always say before I end my lives, reality TV stars and humans too. Let's not forget that. Thank you, Toria. Thank you so much, Finest Brown Skin, for checking in, guys. Y'all have a great rest of your Monday and set your alerts. I'll be back midweek. Peace.